All right, Lee Robinson here at American Sentinel K9. We're doing a voiceover on our drone footage recording that we did back in 2023. This is a video was taken just a few months ago, so the lineup in the dogs is a little bit different because uh, we have gotten rid of a few and replaced them with some offspring. So first we're going to look at Onyx here in this first kennel, and she is pregnant here. Our kennels, you'll notice each kennel has two latches with a clip in the top latch. All the wire is tied with steel. We don't have any aluminum in our kennels anywhere, which is a big mistake with these type of dogs. I also do not like to do drone footage recordings in the kennels, typically speaking, because I don't want the dogs biting the fence, but we are making a one-time exception. So people who have not been here can see what it looks like when a stranger comes into the kennel or something that stimulates the dogs. These are high drive animals. Now I am going to go ahead and back up to the beginning because we're going to talk about the pedigree briefly on each dog. Onyx here, this first dog, she is out of Justice and Widow. This next dog is Biscuit. Biscuit is out of Scratch and Halo. And Scratch was out of Justice and Halo. So Biscuit is actually a product of a mother to son breeding, double bred on Halo. Okay, next we have Lady Smith. Lady Smith in this kennel, we'll back up, is right here. She is out of Scratch and Onyx, and Scratch and Onyx are both out of Justice, so this female is double bred on Justice. Next, we have Bumper, and Bumper is out of Justice and Halo. Justice and Halo is one of my favorite all-time breedings, and Bumper is an exceptional dog. That dog right there is her name is Bakoti, and she is an American Pit Bull Terrier. All the other dogs so far have been American Sentinels. Okay, she's a young dog. Now here we have Scratch. Scratch is one of my favorite males of all time. We look forward to breeding him more in the future. Right now he's not even in our lineup, but two of his daughters are. Scratch is again out of Justice and Halo. Next, we have Scarlet. Scarlet is out of Frankie Bomp and Rosebud. She is my daughter's dog. She's our house dog most of the time. All right, it's very athletic, purebred American Pit Bull Terrier. Now this is Halo. This is has been one of my top producing females. She's just worked and produced really well. Great offspring, whether it be Elsa or Scratch or Bumper or Agro or a number of other dogs. Cowboy. There's several dogs throughout the country that are off of Halo that have produced very well. Uric uh, is over in the Philippines. He's out of Reptar and Halo. This dog here is Vicious. Vicious is out of Lucky Seven and Onyx. He's a young up and coming dog, very big dog, 100 pounds, real tall, racy. All right, that's me and my daughter down there at the end. I'm learning how to fly this drone. All right, now right here we have Rosebud. Rosebud is a pure Sorrels dog, right there. And then here we have Ranger. Ranger is out of Frankie Bomp, one of our American Pit Bull Terriers, taken back to Valkyrie, one of our American Sentinels. So this is Ranger right here. Ranger is, of course, going to be American Sentinel. Once they're crossed, they're American Sentinel. This next dog is Patches. Patches is out of Wrecker and Mystique. Mystique was out of Reptar and Halo. Reptar is out of Wrecker and um, Tiggy. So this dog here is actually double bred on Wrecker, and she's a big dog that's produced a lot of size for us. Okay, but she's not a good producer in terms of getting pregnant. She's been a great producer of quality, but we bred her a number of times and she's only gotten pregnant once. So this is one of the dogs that we have since moved away from and got one of her sons back because we bought her one of her sons back since she was not able to get pregnant reliably. All right, now this is Logan. Logan is a tremendous athlete, as you can see right there. He is out of Scratch and Jazz. Like I said, I don't really make drone videos because I don't want the dogs biting the wire like that. Our kennels are very heavy duty, but I don't want the dogs damaging their teeth. This is not your typical light wire kennel. This is a heavy duty kennel with no aluminum, like I said before. Every kennel's got two latches. All right, so that dog right there is Elsa. She is out of Justice and Halo. This is Cobalt. Cobalt was sired by Frankie Bomp over a female named Pele that we had borrowed from or rented from Midgard Mastiffs. So we wanted an outcross for our program because we didn't want to get too tight. So we took Frankie Bomp to Midgard Mastiff dog. We didn't want to go straight to a Midgard Mastiff dog for our American Sentinel, so we bred that dog to a Frankie Bomp pit bull to increase the game dog content before we took it back into our American Sentinel line. So that's Cobalt. Um, Next, we have Pumpkin. Pumpkin is a purebred Sorrel's dog. She's out of Hardcore and Screamer. All right. This dog here is a female named Dolly. Dolly is out of Vlad, who is off of Preacher Man and Wild Thing. And Vlad was bred to a bitch named Jazz. Okay. Jazz now resides with Ryan Keaton at Deep South Sentinels. Okay. We made an agreement with him that he would do the Vlad Jazz breeding and that we would get the pig pup from the litter. And that was who Dolly is. This dog here, in this last kennel, is Frankie Bomp, bred back to Sadie. Her name is Miss Bandit. She's a young dog in that video. Okay, she's getting older and bigger. She's got a really stout rear quarter. It's going to be nice to see how she turns out in time. Okay, so we're going to cruise over to the dog yard, and this first dog here, this spot is going to be Trinity. Trinity is out of Lucky Seven and Patches, the bitch that we have replaced because she didn't get pregnant very often. So this is Trinity. She's the female that we're hoping that she has a little bit better uh, pregnancies. But because of those concerns, we reached out to Pat Patrick, who had her brother, a dog that we called Slam. He called her brother Blockbuster, and we bought Blockbuster back, changed his name to Slam, and so now we have a male just in case there is a fertility issue with the Patches dog. Now she has been bred before. We bred her to Bumper and had a pup out of that, but we only had one, so that's why I had concern. But she's only been bred one time, so we'll see how that works out in the future. That was again a double red record dog that has some size to it. Okay, let's scroll over here. What do we got? All right, we're going to zoom across the yard real quick, apparently. And this is going to be Jackknife. He has not been on the chain for very long, kind of getting used to that, and he's wondering, what is this drone? I zoomed in on him real fast to see how he would respond. He stood his ground. I like to see that despite never seeing a drone before and being new to the chain, he wasn't nervous about it, just kind of checking it out, confident but inquisitive. Okay, so there he's doing a play bow, wanting to see, hey, what is this thing? So anyway, that's Jackknife. He stays really conditioned in a kennel. We put him back in a kennel. All right, this is going to be, and let me back up to Jackknife. Jackknife is, of course, a purebred Sorrel's American Pit Bull Terrier. In fact, Jackknife is a brother to Pumpkin. All right, now again, this video was a couple months ago, so he was kind of young in that shot. This here is going to be Vlad the Impaler. He's been on a chain many times, and he's totally doesn't want anything in his zone. That's going to be Black Betty. Black Betty is out of Frankie Bomp and Suki. So she's a purebred game dog, American Pit Bull Terrier. And Vlad, the dog we looked at right before her, was of course an American Sentinel. So we're going to cruise back to the right here in just a minute, pan over to the right, and we're going to see Vlad the Impaler again. So that's Black Betty, an American Pit Bull Terrier. And then there's Vlad the Impaler, American Sentinel. All right, we're going to come back up to the kennels. This is Onyx. Like I said, she's pregnant in this video, so she's a little heavy. And then we have Biscuit right there, the double bred Halo dog, son to mother, breeding produced Halo. Halo is getting a really, Biscuit is getting a really nice rear quarter. And right now she looks exactly like Scratch. She's really grown a lot the last few months. And we're looking forward to seeing how she does in our program here in the future. Then we're going to come over to Ladysmith, one of my favorite females of all time, right there. Ladysmith is a big girl. She's about 95 pounds. This is Bumper. Then we have Bacody, then Scratch, and then we have Scarlet, and there's Halo wanting to get that drone, and then, of course, that's Vicious. Scarlet is a tremendous athlete. She's my daughter's dog. And Scarlet lives in the house most of the time, but that's Bacody right there. But in this particular video, for some reason, Scarlet was outside. We may have been whelping a litter of pups in the house or something like that in a cage. We have Reptar in the house, so he's not in this video at this time. And there's obviously somebody else that's not in the video at this time. We have a couple of quarantine kennels in the backyard that are not visited or not displayed in this video. You'll notice even our end of the aisles have two latches there. At American Sentinel K9, we keep a very secure program. There's a solid roof here for uh, 15 feet, and then the last 5.5 feet are covered with a wire mesh, welded wire mesh that goes all the way across. It's easy to see on this first one, but it does go across all the way, every single kennel. There's no way to get from one kennel to the next with double latches, a solid roof, and a wire mesh roof. Okay, going up to a sky view. You do get to see our old kennels here. I wasn't sure. So we have 5 runs right here, and then 2 above ground kennels. We whelp our pups here when they're young, and then we have the 2 quarantine kennels in the backyard that are off view. You can't see them. Y'all take care and have a blessed day. Thank you for tuning in for the voiceover of our drone footage.